Hey there, Taurus community. So, Tigress here with a story for this wonderful community. Now, I'm wondering this. I just had this pop up in my head. Yesterday, I tried doing a video and it was for Scorpio, but it didn't work out. There's too many things going on. Kids are out of school, and you know how that gets. It gets hard to find a moment of silence with two teenagers. Anywho, but even now as I'm getting ready to do your video, I have somebody, you might hear somebody in the background doing some weed whacking and stuff. I thought they were done. No, gonna lie, I thought they were just using their blower thing real quick. So, and even that made me reflect on before how things have been really, really tough. And even last week I got stuck in a fog, and that fog wasn't my fog. And I'm not gonna lie, lately I've been seeing a pair of eyes, and these eyes don't have, there's no color in them. There's no irises, there's no pupils. I believe those are the terminologies I'm looking for with the eyes. It's just all white. And so with this being said, and you hear my voice starting to change around the subject, with this being said, when I was going through the fog, it definitely felt like somebody was trying to put me in a fog. And I noticed yesterday there was a lot of friction. And what I feel in the Taurus community today is there's just friction everywhere. And they're trying to be reserved. They're trying to hold it together, but they feel that unbalancedness. They see how they try and make one move one way, and it makes others upset. They try and go a different way. Those others are still getting upset. It's like they have no which way to go. So there's a lot of unbalancedness there, not understanding what to do. And then right now, as I'm getting ready to mention this, there's shoulder pain right here in my delt. And with that being said, it could be one of two things that's happening. If this Taurus is somebody who works out, they could be working out and they're not using the correct form because they're too frustrated. They're too frustrated and they're in their head about what's going on and how they can balance things and all this yada yada stuff, that they're not actually tuning into how they're doing things. And this doesn't have to just go with working out. This can go with other things in life. If there's a Taurus out there who does a lot of shoulder stuff, say works in a factory and stuff, and they're not watching their ergonomics, that could go to that. But I also want to take it to a grim subject with this shoulder pain. I say grim subject because I don't like this kind of stuff. But what I keep getting is the initials DV. And if you know what DV is the acronym for, then you get it. Taurus could be having somebody who's physically trying to handle them, physically trying to grasp onto them. Or this can go to an energetic thing with those white eyes. Something is trying to still stay a hold of Taurus and not let them move forward. That could be another thing. I did see with I'm Possible, I don't know if it was her 2.0 profile or it was just her other one that's just I'm Possible. And she talks about how you can tell if there is any kind of spells being put on you. And one thing is, or ill intentions, somebody's really just trying to harbor on you and sending those ill intentions your way. And one thing is feeling of being held back, like you're being held on to. So Taurus, in this story, I don't know what's going on, but the ancestors would say it's time to get down with the get down of believing again. Getting prayed up, believing in which way you're going, because that's what's going to help balance things out for you. Maybe it's time to come out of that reservedness a little. Because if you look at the new moon is in Cancer, full moon is in Capricorn. How's this going to work together for Taurus? Well, Cancerians have these big old claws, and sometimes with Cancerian energy, they like to grab a hold of things, and it's hard for them to let go. Now with Capricorn energy, a lot of Capricorns I know, they don't realize they got that fish tail and they can go swimming through those emotions. They're really reserved when it comes to emotions. So this could be something with Capricorn where they planted the seeds of wanting to come into more emotional stability. Or maybe it was seeing themselves at a certain point by the fall. But right now, if you want to harvest your goals, what is it that this Taurus needs to let go? What is it that they haven't been facing, that they're still holding on to? It could be unknowingly, because that could be the thing that's holding you back from finding something else. Whew. All right, Taurus, that was a lot just for the intro. I'm not going to lie. But ancestors are saying, you know what? Last time we went through for y'all, y'all was going through so much. So let's see if things have lightened up. Let's give you some reassurance. All right. Let's help you. Let's help you brighten your light on your path. All right. So they've been called in, ancestors, guides, angels, as well as divine and universal energy as guides and protectors. Are we getting over something that is an impasse? Or is it time to get over something that's an impasse? Maybe learning how to deal with it a different way. Maybe somebody's buried in their work so they don't have to deal about it, so they don't have to talk about it. And that was throat chakra. Impasse came into the sacral, and that was upside down. So there could be feeling of a lack of creativity. Taurus also, it could be a fear of change. And in mythology, it does talk about how Zeus, who was representing the bull for the Taurus, he gifted the woman 2 things. I believe one was an item that could bring her whatever she wanted. And then another was a golden soldier. And this golden soldier was her protector, if I remember right. But it would chase off anyone and anything, even if it was a positive thing. So you have to be careful about chasing off new things that could help you level up. So right now we have abundance. Which side are you on, Taurus? Are you stressing out? Is this why you're doing that workaholic thing? Because the workaholic's in blue. And you see this one? Have you stopped visualizing how you want stuff to come in? And creation. This is going to be crown chakra. That abundance was solar plexus. So what is it that maybe you need to cleanse out in order to see or in order to feel which way this Taurus needs to go? Maybe to get out of the stuckness. Because I keep hearing that lack of creativity. All right, I'm looking for 2 cards. Oh, 1. We'll go 2. Ooh. Right there, Taurus. Root chakra. Acceptance. What is it? What is it that the guides are trying to help you process? You know, that's really rooted in you. That might be hard to let go. You know, to give that slice of pie away that is no longer yours to deal with. Let's just say that pie got cold. Dish it out already. You still have it. Dish it out. Dish it out and let's move on. Maybe we could be tired of some cherry pie. I like pecan pie, I'm not gonna lie, and there's so many other things out there to try and do. But what I tell you, getting down with prayer. Solar plexus again. This is your self. This is your confidence. This is your personal power. This is your joy. Your self-discipline. Your motivation. What do you want? What do you want? Where does your prayer need to go? What lemons have you been handed that need to be put into lemonade? Lemonade, there we go. Or you could make some lemon cookies, some lemon pie, some lemon chicken. There's so much you could do with some lemons. This is not it. That's what I'm being told to tell you, that whatever you're fretting about, whatever you feel like is not an impasse, it's accepting it. It's accepting it. It's Gucci. You're meant to accept it. Trying to force something to come out is just leaving you worried. All right, so I forgot to mention, whoop, whoop, 2 new decks are being used in this. First one, the Lonely Dreamer Tarot. Oh, the artwork in this is so beautiful. Let me tell you what. And it has a few extra cards in it too. So whoop whoop, let's see what comes out. All right, spirit guides, ancestors. Can we help Taurus here? What is it that needs to be spoken? What is it that needs to come out? Accepting that it's always going to be a fight with this other situation. I have a Son of Wands in reverse. Other stuff wants to come out, but it's like, hold up, wait a minute. I have a 10 of Cups that's confirming it. Drained out. It's always a fight. Drained out. This Taurus feels like, hey, it's time to go. Ancestors are saying, hey, it's time to go. It doesn't always look clear when it's time to go. It's almost like feeling like you're jumping off a cliff, or you're doing the cliff diving. And you're like, it's your first jump. Other people have went, you know, but you're still like, I don't know. There's always that little bit of anxiety. And that's what I'm getting from this, because it's not such a clear picture. The movement's happening, wants to happen with that being guided, but also being grounded in what you're being guided in. And what I notice is this chair is riding out towards prayer. So maybe getting down again, talking. What is it that you really wanted? Where is it that you see you establishing your world? I get homesteading. And when I think of homestead, I think of a place where you can provide for yourself. So where is it that this Taurus wants to go, that they're going to feel provided for? And I don't mean that in a materialistic way. I can mean just the comforts of coming home to a stable home, going to work in a stable environment. Those kind of things. I got the Hierophant in reverse. Look at the artwork in these cards. All right, there could be some traditions that are out. There could be some traditions that this Taurus feels like they cannot fulfill. I see this looking down. There could be some traditions that they cannot fulfill, and they're feeling shame. Shameful for it in a sense. But I have this 10 of Cups. And this 10 of Cups in reverse. It was something, this situation was something that wasn't helping Taurus. I would say Taurus couldn't feel safe. Their inner child didn't feel safe. They were always maybe on eggshells. And if they're in a situation where there's DV involved, you're never gonna feel safe. You're never really gonna feel safe. Even when you walk out into the world, away from that person who's getting physical, or maybe it's mental, or maybe it's emotional, ways that they handle you in a negative way, you go out into the world and you're still gonna feel that way. The reason why you're reacting to things the way you react is because you're still walking on eggshells. I should know. Shoot, I know that feeling. But I can tell you, you can heal from that. Right here, right now, I'm told that that's victim. That's just the victim stage. There's still a stage of survivor, and there's still the next stage of thriver, and then there's beyond. So if this Taurus is a big gamer, then I'm going to tell you, you're still at the beginning of the game. No matter what age you think you are. And what I'm hearing to say, lessons are timeless. Lessons are timeless because it's the release that counts. Even if it takes 50 years, even if it takes 2-3 years, even if it takes what you consider too much time, or too much time has been spent, never, because it's never a waste of time. Getting to know you, reassuring you, having your own back. That is never a waste of time. And if you got people telling you it is, those people got their priorities mixed up. And it could be work. I've been at a job that told me that I should work a 12-hour shift and not have anybody give me a break. Oh yeah. I stood because I love the animals. Ooh, is somebody trying to be mean to you? Is somebody sitting here telling you need to be somewhere? You need to do something? You need to look some certain way? Do they come in trying to burn you up too? Almost looking down upon you. Because this is the Queen of Wands and she's in reverse. And look at that. I bet you she's quick to pull out that switch and get that tail of yours. Oh, she don't mess around. And she lands on the Hierophant in reverse and the Seven of Wands. And that Seven of Wands is linked to that acceptance that originally landed in reverse. All right, so who is it? Who is it? Who is this manager, boss, mom, dad? Because it's not just down to the gender. So it may be a Queen of Wands. That's the title of the card. But it comes down to somebody comes in, and when they don't like what you're doing, no matter what gender, they get on that butt of yours. They get on, and they may get a little physical. They could get physical, or it could be really emotionally charged, or it could be really mentally charged. But what I'm saying is this person comes in and they come in for the KILL in a sense. Put you back in your cage. And what we don't see is the Four of Pentacles. Taurus doesn't know how to get out of this box they've been put in. They kind of just smile there. They smile there and they figure that a new beginning, the new beginning isn't for them because the path isn't so clear. This is why it comes down to believing and seeing the abundance, believing it, praying in it. But I feel like this Taurus is too stuck in the 3D. They're too stuck in the 3D. They've isolated off their gifts. But let's see. So I got this deck just for clarification. All right. So clarify the death part. What is it that they are not wanting to work through? Oh, this is the exact reason they're in this box here, aka cage. What I'm getting is it's one of two things. Either this Taurus thinks that this is the way it always is, that they're going to go from one cage to another. Like, what's going to be different if I head off? You know, or I try and do something different. I feel like it's going to be the same problems. You know, we have the same kind of seasons, but each time that season comes in every year, there's something a little bit different with the season. And if you can tell that little difference, you can see how the growth in the plants are a little bit different. You'll hear how different birds hang out for a little bit longer and stuff. There are subtle changes always around that are happening when we're going forward, even though we feel like we went 20 steps back. Those subtle changes could be in the fact that you're even noticing something, Taurus, in this story. You're starting to see that where you're at may be someone's cage, whether it's a person, place, or thing. Shoot, we can even put ourselves in cages mentally, emotionally, and spiritually when we have a hard time accepting what is. All right, so I'm here reading. Let's go ahead and pull 2 more cards for the present. Anything else want to come out for the present? All right, let's see what we got going here. All right. What did I tell you guys? Confinement. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Oh, there it went. Confinement. I feel like this Taurus has built a confinement in their thoughts. Right now, this Taurus is still in a dark space in their thoughts. I have this Page of Pentacles just facing the 5 of Pentacles. What it is, it could be that Taurus doesn't see the confinement that they've been put in by this situation. They just kind of feel like this is the way it is. Maybe they've always grown up feeling like they've had to be put in a cage or putting themselves in a cage in order to be able to go and do things or even understand the world a little bit better from that area. And I shouldn't say cage. I could almost say island. I know a Taurus who has her little island. And her island is one of comfort. Her island is one where she knows the predictability. And the predictability comes at those comforts. And some people like that. They like to know that they're not going to come home or go to work and it's always going to be drama. They will even section themselves out, you know, not really isolate themselves. It doesn't really have to be a introvert thing, but what it can be is just a preference. It all depends on what you do. So if you're in an atmosphere where you see a lot of drama, you don't want to come home to drama. For me, I work on people for a living. I for an hour, for an hour and a half, a person has my attention, my full attention from top to bottom. And if I have a full week, by the end of the week, I'm worn out, I'm tired, I don't want to be social. And it's because I've been so focused on other humans that whole time. A lot of my interactions with people, even friends, is always trying just to help, listening, trying to be there, trying to be that support. So again, by the end of the week, I'm really worn out. And sometimes it can be hard to get the message over to extroverts. But I have an extrovert friend who's wonderful, gets me out, but still, I need my time to recharge. And again, if you're going from one drama and you're coming home, or you're going from home that's drama and you're going to work, there's drama, it's not very comforting. But if it's the way that you've seen life, it feels like that's the only way that you're able to know how things go. It's almost passed on. I'm not gonna lie. It's almost like how alcoholism can be passed on through the generations. Our kids, we were once children too, see our parents, and our parents are that example. But what we forget is also our parents can be an example of things that maybe we don't have to do. Maybe something that we could have learned from and do different. That's totally okay too. All right, so I'm being told it's time to move on to the block for the Taurus community. I just heard the word stuck. Stuck, 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 stuck. In the head. All right, what wants to come out for the block? So I have, I'll show you, the moon in reverse. And that is the boop, 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 Pisces energy. Then I have the Page of Swords. And then I have the Five of Cups. Page of Swords is also in reverse. Look at how somebody has that goose. Ooh. So what it is somebody's done grabbed up Taurus. And they keep them going in an emotional loop. And they keep... whatever it is that keeps Taurus dealing with this person, for some reason, they really feel like this person's holding the world. This job's holding their world. Whatever it is, they feel like, I don't know, if they cross this person, there goes a part of something about their world. And if you see, it's really something that they're wrestling with. All right, let's get curious. Let's get curious. What is it about this moon, this world? Whoa, y'all seen that? Something wants the beans spilt. They want the beans spilt. So this person that this Taurus, this job, whatever, that this Taurus feels like they hold the world, it's like, it's to their new beginnings. It's to how they want to go. They keep creating the illusion of the ideal path. What I hear is, I'm going to change, or things are going to change. That's where this comes out. But on the same token, it's conflict. It's conflict. Whatever still keeps happening, because I like to read the wands, not only as passion and creativity kind of energy, but also the building blocks to the foundation of our inner home. So it could be conflict with a lot of different areas in this Taurus's inner home, different areas where they're passionate about, different areas where they want to speak up about, grow, maybe be grounded in themselves, maybe being able to get in tune with their intuition a little bit more. But because they're under this facade with whoever they feel like is holding their world, they can't do it. I'm hearing one more card. What do we want clarification on now? Five of Cups. All right, what keeps them going off in circles? Their creativity. Their creativity at trying to create something new. Even though they don't know there's only a little growth there. Whatever it is, they feel like if they come in and this Taurus comes in, I feel like a bowl in a china cabinet kind of energy. If they come in like that, that's what's going to balance the emotions. That means Taurus is getting tired, sick and tired of being tired, so they're lashing out. Remember, this is a part of the block, so this is a cycle. So what I'm getting is this person really wrestles with this Taurus. And it even could affect, again, their creativity, how they come into their social settings, because the fire sign Leo, they're very social. They're very charismatic. They're very, like, they can handle that spotlight. But this other energy who keeps grabbing up this Taurus and sending them into this emotional cycle with the promises that, hey, it's going to change. I'm sorry, I recognize what I did, or I recognize what's going on here at work and stuff, but it's still, nothing's changing. I'm being offered one thing, but I'm still conflicted in so many different ways. So I get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I stand my ground and ride all towards this. And it's just that repetitive cycle. So I would ask, how long has Taurus been on this cycle? And what I'm getting is a really long time. Long time. This could be why Taurus is feeling how they're feeling, why spiritually they're feeling sick, why they're feeling so worn down, why they're feeling so irritable. Anything else want to come out about the block? Maybe Taurus doesn't want to make moves because they felt like they've been working on whatever for so long, since the beginning. If I make these moves, what am I going to lose? How much am I going to lose? Where do I even go? How do I pick myself up and go in that other direction? That's that prayer again, Taurus. Knowing that you can pick yourself up. You can head off. You really can. You can find that ace. You can believe in that ace. Maybe believing in the dreams that you had. Maybe saying, you know what, I'm not going to be like that when I grow up. And if you're feeling that's coming out now, well then look at you. You're recognizing it. Congratulate yourselves for recognizing it. Maybe that's a part of why you're stressing out. So what steps does this Taurus need to take to go off in the way that they want to build the world? What are they being shown? I want to grow my fire too. I want to grow my fire even bigger. What is it? It's okay to learn from others. All right, so let's round it out. Another new deck is going to be the Cosmic Belief Oracle. Look at how pretty that is. You know, after this story coming out, I feel like this is going to be very fitting. It's always scary to go after something new. And I feel like this Taurus fears just getting into the same boat with something different. Well, then you didn't learn a lesson if you're getting into the same boat. Because if you learn something, well, I don't like to ride in boats that got holes in them. I sure as heck want to be in a boat that has a working engine, you know, because last time the engine wasn't working that great. You know, I kept having to get the bucket and get the water out. All right. So if you had such a bad experience in one area, what was it that you learned? What is it that you deserve? What is it that you don't want to deal with? You're allowed. You are allowed to set standards for yourself, no matter who's been intruding on your boundaries since you were young. It is never too late to be able to set those boundaries and to protect yourself, to get to that ideal outcome. What is it that would help with the block in the Taurus community? This is beautiful. When I introduce joy to a situation, I change the vibrational frequency of what is happening around me. I'll give you an example. That one right there. I have teenagers. I have one that's a girl that's 16. Me and her have been butting heads. But you know what? Yesterday, I didn't go off like I used to go off a year ago, like I would have. I've learned a lot. So amid in wanting to react, I know that reacting just makes that person react more. This doesn't even have to go along the lines with a teenager. This goes along the lines with anybody. So what I did is I held confidence in who I am, what I'm bringing in, and I also hold the confidence that I can accept when I'm wrong. That's a big thing. And even her going back and forth and trying to get loud and whatever, it's like, I really got to watch this come out. I'm going to share this. And so what I told her is, I hear what you're saying, and what I feel is like you feel like you're being attacked. And I kid you not, verbatim, she was like, I don't feel like I'm being attacked. I know I'm being attacked. And she go, womp, womp, womp. And I feel like I'm being attacked. That's what she ended her sentence with. I was like, see? I go, I hear you. But do you hear me? Because right now, I don't think you hear me, and you're just listening just to react. And when somebody listens to react, it's pride that's in there, it's ego that's in there. That's how you know that you struck a chord with somebody. So you can do one of two things when you know that and you're holding that power, is you can keep reacting with them, or you can lighten that situation up. You really can. Another example I can give you is, so I live in California, and we went down into San Francisco, and I decided to get an appointment at the worst time, because when we got out of the appointment, it was like high traffic. So high traffic, everybody's all pissed off. They're stuck in this traffic, can't go anywhere for like 30 minutes. You only go like maybe a fourth a mile in 30 minutes. Anywho, this guy got upset with me because I wouldn't let him over right away. I didn't have to let him over right away. I was going to make him work for a little bit. No, I just didn't let him over right away. So he gets upset and he gets in front of me with his Acura and he's like, man. So I'm like, I can do that, man. And he's getting ready to look in his side mirror right there and give me this look like, what are you doing? And I just kind of wave at him. And I start blowing him kisses, showing him hearts, giving him a thumbs up. Like, because I did not want to wear that energy. I did not want to take in that negativity. And you really have choices on how you react on things and how you can take in negativity. Finally, an hour later, and finally out of San Francisco, we seen another road rage, and it was with 2 motorcycles and a Cadillac. And this motorcycle and this Cadillac are going back and forth, and they're just feeding into each other to where they piss each other off, and they're making unsafe choices. And thank God nothing happened to them. You know what I mean? But right there, you can see when one would react, the other would react. And every time they reacted, it intensified. That hostility would intensify to where then the Cadillac's trying to come in and swerve at this motorcycle, and this motorcycle's trying to come in. I don't know if they were trying to mess with the Cadillac's mirror. But every time you escalate hostility and aggression, another person, everybody's just going to try and one-up each other. So keep that in mind. I feel like that is very important to share with this Taurus community. You can cut that out quick. You can hold the power in the conversation. And what I try and teach my kids, but what I have also observed is silence. Silence. Listening to that person, letting them know that you listen to them. Because eventually, and this is what I just told my child, they're going to hear themselves. And they're going to hear how they sound, especially if you're not reacting to them. You got a choice. You can hand your power over to somebody, and you could be mad all day long, and that's what's going to be the star of your conversation. You're going to wear that chain of their suffering. Or you can navigate it, you can keep that power, and you can move on with your day, because going up is our only option. Low frequencies drag us down. All right, so let's keep going. I still got to get to 5 more cards. All right. What else would like to come out for the Taurus community? All right, so this falls onto that confinement, that 5 of Pentacles, feeling stuck, feeling like you don't get more. I admit that good things come easily. I am a super attractor. What is it that you're trying to attract that is like you, of your same frequency, maybe same understanding, in a comfortable place? One where you feel like you can really unfold the full magnitude of who you are. It could take some work. It could take maybe starting something new. A new way of going. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. This is cool. So, what I have here, the cosmic lands on a Queen of Pentacles. Talk about a new way of going. Could this be more of a nurturing way of going? A giving? Maybe attracting a more nurturing, giving, kind, compassionate type of energy. And what is in reverse? Forgiveness. What is it that this Taurus in this story needs to introspect on? Maybe it's something from earlier times. Like I said, it feels like this Taurus has been going from one cage to another. And what landed on all of that is, when I am sick, I let the universe do what I cannot do for myself. And what I got is that saying, Jesus, take the wheel. The metaphoric wheel. But what I seen was the whole Medea stuff. It's time. It's time to pray. It's time to visualize. But you don't have to see every single step of the way. You don't have to know how everything's going to unfold. That's a part of the beauty of the universe. We can have an idea of how tall a tree will grow or how big a plant will get, because we have those studies, we have this stuff. But it's kind of like what they say, don't count all your chickens before they hatch, because some eggs are duds. Some things are only meant to come so far and to finally get you sick and tired of something so that you're ready to learn your lesson and move forward to something even more better. All right, 3 more cards. Woo, Taurus. Let's go. 3 more cards. There's 1. All right, we're just gonna go. There's 2. Last one. 3. Thank you. All right. This lands on forgiveness. Appreciation removes all barriers to my super attractiveness. Whatever it is that's tied to this conflict, that has this Taurus feeling like they can't really get where they want to go. It's tied to this forgiveness. Maybe forgiving themselves for not completing something to the fullest or what they thought would be the fullest. Letting go of the anticipation of what they thought was the ideal outcome with whoever, person, place, or thing. I choose to be a super attractor and have an unwavering faith in the universe. I feel like knowing that you can bring in anything, not just believing in it, but knowing that you can. Seeing that you have this power, seeing that you can step out of this cage or off this island, and that you can still make your way. That whatever is here is, you just have to accept it as the lesson. It's something that's going to be left at this kind of level. You've probably given so much and so much and so much, and this is why this Taurus is drained, because it's not recharging you. When you come back to get recharged from this situation, it actually just drains you more. And that's the part of the acceptance. Your pie's getting cold. You need to serve it out already and start on something new. Last card. When I connect to the spirit realm, I open the door to divine. Let me repeat that. I open the door to divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. It's transformation. Transformation. Everything that you worried about in this 3D, Taurus, and this is what I'm being told to tell you, you can't take with you. You can't. It's that unattainable wealth through material goods kind of thing that you take with you. You can't obtain it through material goods. It's unattainable. You can't use your coin to buy it. The only way it is obtainable is you going within yourself. You connecting with something bigger, and knowing that you are always supported, that there are others out there who believe in the same thing, who want to operate at a certain level. Because I'll tell you right now, for myself, Taurus, I am tired. I am tired of the way this world is operating, of the way it's kind of trying to depict relationships now. I'm tired of it. The way that work's even going, and how fast track work can be, where it's just like a recycling of things, but nothing's ever growing. It's the same old, same old. I'm tired of it. And I feel like that's what this Taurus feels like. They're tired of something. When this is all your confirmation, Taurus, you do deserve whatever you're looking for. You do deserve it. You don't deserve to be grabbed up all the time. You don't. You don't have to distract yourself and trying to overwork yourself to get to where you want to go. That's not going to do it. That's why you feel like it's, again, this cycle. Maybe your creation has been hindered. This is the cycle again that's affecting it. Stress will affect us in many different ways. Physically, mentally, emotionally, creatively. Just remember that. Start praying. Start calling in them guides. But also start listening. Start taking action. All right, Taurus community. You're there. You're there, and you're at this big hurdle. I don't see that this hurdle has anything on this community. That's all I can say. They don't got nothing on this community. So you may not need to jump it, because Taurus, you powerful. Take this hurdle on. Take it on head on. Knowing that you're going to get prayed up. Knowing that you're going to clear out some stuff. Knowing that what you want to attract is possible. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Have a great rest of your day.